Hey, everybody, it's Will with another episode of Creators Outlet. Today, our special guest is Ryan
Shimek.
Shimek. Okay.
Yep.
I have butchered so many last names in my time. If it's questionable, I just don't even go there. So, you got a Kickstarter. It's live right now. Tell us about the book, how everything fell into place with this.
Yeah, I do. So, as you kind of mentioned, or kind of this little preview thing, I wrote a book a while back. Being in the military, it's kind of hard to keep writing the way I like to, especially full-length novels. The way, especially my job, I keep rolling around. One day, I think I was on Reddit, and I stumbled upon a comic book script, and I was like, "Oh man, I can do this. This looks pretty cool." And so I kind of started putting some together from one of the novels I wrote. And then I had some other ideas that kind of formed the pits. I love fantasy. I love authors like Joe Abercrombie, George R. R. Martin, of course, Brandon Sanderson, and just came up with this idea with the pits. I've always loved strong female characters. So this one features a girl named Elle, and she basically is living this normal, peaceful life on her farm. These barbarian raiders come by and basically murder her family, take her in as a slave. And these guys pretty much use slaves for entertainment, slave labor, stuff like that. And she is thrown into these gladiator pits where she kind of just realizes she has this different self to her. She never was this vicious person, never had a violent bone in her body, but ends up excelling at it. And she's basically striving for revenge as she goes on to challenge the king. And that's her ultimate goal, to basically kill the man responsible for her parents' death.
Seems legit.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So got a lot of cool things in store. So this is the first book. I've learned a lot from doing it. Not my first time into writing, but first time into comics. And as I said, I'm super excited about it. Super excited about what I've learned so far. And like I said, this Kickstarter has been going. I didn't really know what to expect coming in. It's been my first one, and it's been great so far. And I want to get the book into as many hands as possible, and then we're already pretty much set up to go for the second book. So I'm excited to keep it going.
Okay. Well, first, thank you for your service.
Oh, yes, sir.
And let's jump up and take a look over to the Kickstarter screen.
Okay.
And for everybody watching, the Kickstarter link is in the chat, whether you're watching us on Facebook or on YouTube. And I can go over here so I can see it larger. So you had a small goal of 500.
I did. Yeah.
You've hit 1284 already, so that's good.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I put it small just because, like I said, this book I wanted to get exposure. I'm not trying to break the bank or anything. Just want to get it out there, get something produced, and kind of build a fan base, a viewer base from there, and then just start building up. Like I said, this is my first one. I know I'm not a known name whatsoever, and so it just kind of was a good starting point for me. And as you can see, we've done pretty well.
Yeah, you got 35 backers already, and still got pretty much just about a month to go. 26 days left. And you got some stretch goals. So stretch goal 3, which this kind of goes in opposite order of what I'm used to, but
I'm sorry. Like I said, it's my first one. So
that's okay. So you unlock the first stretch goal. So all physical tier backers receive a mini poster of Matt Stellato's Catalyst comics cover.
Yep. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Matt Sotelo and Aaron Dowan are from Catalyst Comics, and they've been kind of super instrumental in my learning process as far as the comic industry goes. So it was really cool having Matt be able to do a cover for me. And so I was had to honor him by throwing a print in there. It was my first step. So.
Oh, that's very cool. And this is stretch goal 2, and this is unlocked. So all physical tier backers receive the Pits logo air freshener.
Yeah.
Okay,
So this is something I heard from Travis Gibb a while back. He said somebody said one of his coolest stretch goals they ever got from him was an air freshener, and it's hanging in his car, and he sees it every day, and so it kind of just reminds him. And that ever since I saw that, I was like, I mean, I gotta do one. It just sounds like a neat and unique idea.
I got to tell you, this is funny as fuck. Your book is called The Pits, and you have an air freshener. You know,
Yeah.
you know,
It was like I said, it's something different. I wanted to do something a little different than you see every other Kickstarter. So that's kind of what I want with there. But let's say it's unlocked, and I think people will hopefully find it funny and unique as well.
so that's gonna stick with me. I'm like, anytime somebody asks me, what's the most unique thing you've seen on a Kickstarter? I go, well, I thought I saw some pretty unique stuff. But then this guy has this book called The Pits, and he gave away an air freshener.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll laugh. So once you hit stretch goal 3, all physical tier backers will receive the Pits logo magnet. So you get like a fridge magnet. So that's
exactly.
cool.
And I haven't announced on the page yet, but after this one, I have a really cool thing set up for the next one, which will be 2000. And I'm going to have actually Travis Gibb, who's pretty big in the indie community. He's going to actually write a little mini story for this book when you hit 2000. So I'm kind of excited to get that in if possible.
I'm trying to think. Travis, does he have a book out right now?
He does. He has Voodoo Nations going right now.
That's the one, yeah. Because I chatted with him a little bit on. He was on my friend's Christina Shin's lunchtime show, plugging the book today, and
I was actually watching that today.
And I actually had Luke Stone on my podcast a couple weeks back. He was actually supposed to be on it, but work complications fell in, so he wasn't able to make it. But we still went through the whole book, and it's a great project. I've told like a few people about it. It's really cool.
Oh, yeah, it looks great. He's absolutely awesome in the indie community. Going back, I was talking about Aaron and Matt earlier, but Travis too. He's been super helpful with this Kickstarter. He's actually collaborating with me on it, so he kind of puts input in here and there. But he's kind of just helped me market it. He shares it all the time. He's offered me digital copies of his book, Broke Down 4 Dead Bodies, which are backer goals, which we've unlocked 2 of them now. We had 35 backers. And so he's, like I say, he's just been great. Every question I've had for him, he's answered right away. He never shown any reluctance to help out. And so I'm so glad to see his book, Voodoo Nations, doing as well as it is. It's very cool for him.
Yeah. Both him and Luke have their own indie library, literally.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. They've been at it for a while.
Yeah, and I ran across you when you and Chuck were talking the other day.
Yeah. And actually, I'm going, it's kind of like I said, this interconnected circle of indie people. I met him through Matt and Aaron because he was actually on their podcast. And I messaged him and, kind of picked his brain a little bit about stories and editing and stuff. And it actually turns out I went to high school with somebody he knows. And so it kind of just small world. And we've just kind of been in touch ever since. And he's been super cool guy to get to know.
Oh, yeah. I've actually had Chuck on the podcast twice. He was one of my early guests. And then we did one. So I had such a big feedback from a post I put up for the podcast in Pop Van Zant's group. And so one night I'm like, let's just do an off the rails one. And I invited 7 creators on. So Chuck came on for a while. He couldn't stay through the whole thing, but I think we had 6 or 7. We had 6 creators and one couple that has a kind of like a pop culture online store that they do.
Yeah, feels like a fun time.
like toys and graded books and stuff like that. But that podcast got it's up to like 600 views.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So
Well,
so
that's very good.
going off the rails again.
No, you're good.
And so here's what you were talking about: 35 backers get broke down, and 4 dead bodies. #2.
Yep. So we already locked the first one, and he's also giving me a third one to throw in there as well. So it kind of helps me out and him out at the same time, gets him some more readers that maybe wouldn't normally read his books. So kind of cool that he did that, and very, very appreciative of it. So.
And unlock digital comics for the trade of his broke down and 4 dead bodies.
Yeah, it was his first issue. So keep adding in. I've got a few people that have thrown some stuff in there, so hopefully keep it rolling.
Shimmy Comics.
Yes, sir.
Branding.
Yeah, I've been Shimmy for a long time, so just seemed natural.
And this is something big that everybody does is give like the first few pages of story.
Yeah.
To let people that are checking out your Kickstarter or Indiegogo, however you crowdfund, to read like the first few pages to see what's going on and get a feel for the book.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's extremely important. So you also get to kind of look at the artwork.
Yeah, I dug the artwork because I'm a whoops, I hit the wrong button. I'm a big Conan fan. And,
oh, cool.
The old 70s John Carter, Warlord of Mars, and all kinds of stuff like that. So I mean, this to me is just great stuff.
Well, yeah, my artist Rayleigh killed it. Actually just found him on Facebook, kind of going through the groups, and his art kind of just struck right away with me. And luckily was available, and he's been absolutely fantastic throughout this whole process. He was extremely punctual in getting the art to me. I think we started back in May, and now we're completely finished with the book artwork wise, and ready to go to print as soon as this is over. So like I said, he's super professional and fantastic with it, and I absolutely look forward to working with him on more of these books.
Yeah, coloring on this is great too.
That was actually me. So.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm brand new at it. It was kind of honestly, it started as a way to save money because I said no idea what to expect going into this, and I actually kind of really started enjoying it. And I still have a lot to learn, but it's been a lot of fun learning it, and kind of hoping to keep growing with it.
It's always fun to learn new skills.
Oh, definitely.
Especially fun skills that have to do with comics.
So I mean, this is the first time look at King Elroth, and he's like I said, he's just this badass dude, and his people kind of just feed off of him. He loves to kill, loves to fight, loves watching people get killed, and that's why he gets so pumped up with these gladiator things, and he has this affection for Elle, which will come across in the books. He loves how fierce she is, and he's really kind of grown as akin to her. But he was a super fun character to write. I can't wait to dive more into him.
Cool. Yeah, the coloring stood out to me because there's this whole new genre in coloring where everybody is like mood coloring. So like the backgrounds will be like, a strange hue of like pink or purple or, magenta or what have you. And then like the 4 colors would make more sense. But, and it's just like, whole pages of that. I go, yeah, this was cool for like the first 60 comics I saw like this. Yeah. Can we just go back to like, regular colors and you did a good job on these,
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you. It means a lot.
For, first time out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, I was happy with it. I got better as it went on. I had to go back and, fix a few things, but like I said, just hope to keep getting better with it and be even better for book 2. So just kind of just more of the story. I didn't want to go away too much. Left the text, some of the text out of there, the lettering, but just kind of want to show off the artwork a little bit.
Just to see, some action scenes and
Yep. Just kind of show what people are in for. It's kind of the first time we get to see them interact together. So it's kind of a little cool moment.
then we get a look at the covers.
Yeah, so the first one was done by the main artist, Rayleigh. We actually have a second one coming out. I think I'm going to release it on Monday. So I'm pretty excited about that. He did two for me. So that's the first one. The next one was done by another guy I found on Facebook, Andres. It's just a pretty cool look on Elroth. Very dark theme, but kind of just shows him. He has his kind of his sword arm off into a body right there. You can see he's just looking pretty sweet on his throne. All these bodies at his feet.
Yeah, he's got his drinking horn.
Oh yeah. He's just enjoying his time.
Yeah, this is I like the feel of this cover because it's just so like dark, brooding, and gothic.
Yeah, it came out really cool. I was really happy with it. This one was done by Matt, and then it's just Elle and Elrock kind of facing off face to face. Which kind of is the whole theme of the story. Of their little relationship between each other.
Digital Bloodlust, $4.
So Tier's pretty simple. Starts with just a digital basic PDF. Then it goes in deluxe, which gives you the script and kind of like the line art of the artwork and stuff like that. Kind of look at what we built up on it. Then the next one is digital deluxe plus my my novel I wrote. Kind of threw that in there for people to kind of entice them. Which I think is pretty cool. Give a full novel for free, pretty much free to people. Very proud of that book as well. So I'm glad to get it into more hands, hopefully readers too, if they get it. So
well, tell us about the novel.
So like I said, wrote this probably about 5 years ago now. I kept hearing I wanted to write a book so bad, and I kept dabbling with stuff and throwing it away. And my best advice I ever heard was write what you know. And I'm a father to two awesome little girls, and so I was like, I want to write something about a father. And so it's about this city of Valor that it's the last city in the world, and it's a world that's basically been devoured by these gods. And this city is protected by a dome of light that is powered by these spires that are in the city. And all the people know in the city is that every once in a while, one of the children that are born in the city are chosen to go into the spire, and they basically are a battery for the spire, and it's supposed to be this huge honor. But this it starts with this father. He's overlooking the city, and his wife's in labor, and so it's basically the best day of his life. Has his little baby, and next thing he knows, the priestesses they're knocking on the door, and they're like, "Hey, it's your baby was chosen." So they're about to go put the baby in the spire, do the whole ceremony. He kind of just revolts against his religion, against his culture, and steals the baby away and ends up getting out of the city. And so it's basically he's fighting to protect his son, just fighting, protect everything he loves most dear in life, while the people are chasing after him, and while he's revealing the truths of the world that have been pretty much hidden to him. So they're told one thing, and he finds out that the world outside is completely different than what they've been told. So it's a fun tale. It's definitely turned out great, and has some pretty good reviews. And so like I said, hopefully we get more hands, more people.
It's got a great cover on it too.
Oh yeah. Artist did a great job on it.
Yeah, so that's a good deal right there. $8 you get your novel and the digital deluxe of Pitts 1, which is like getting you get like the regular comic and like a sketchbook edition.
Yep, no, all the extra stuff. No, yeah, I think it's a pretty cool deal. I said, then we go to the physical tier, blood on your hands. So the first cover you get with that one, we got a cool holographic sticker of Elroth there, and then
Mhm.
you also get the digital Lex package as well with the book as well, all digital.
cool.
Yep, yeah, pretty much everything after there gets the book as well. So then we keep going on. We just adding more covers and more covers as we go down. You get cover B as we go down with that one, and then the next year will be cover C, and you get all of them. Like I said, then we're
Plus the unlocks and
everything like that. Yeah, all the free stuff we have coming up, and then I said we'll be adding a new cover in with a couple more tiers coming up on Monday. So excited to announce that here pretty soon and show it off because it came out really good.
cool.
Yeah, that's just a little tidbit about my book in case anybody was interested.
Who will enjoy the pits? Lovers of fantasy, fans of Game of Thrones, Gladiator,
Yeah.
Conan and Red Sonja.
Yeah, you know what? I need to put those on there because it just didn't cross my mind until you said earlier.
Fans of authors like George R.R. Martin, Brandon Sanderson, Joe Abercrombie. All I could think of was Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, every time I think of him, he's a British author.
Yeah, and Robert Jordan. Hey, it's a picture of you.
Yeah, that's me in Venice. Love that place. Yeah, there's my artist Rayleigh. He's from Chile. I said did a fantastic job.
Awesome. And he's been working in the comic industry since 2012.
Yeah, and I know he's trying to break into the big time, and his art's pretty fantastic, and I hope he does. So excited to keep working with him.
Oh yeah.
But Jerome, my letter, this guy's all over the place. If you look at books, everything Travis Gibb does, he's on them. Like every book I see these days that I back, it's like, oh, he's on their lettering, and he did a fantastic job in this book. He's also been great answering questions, as far as formatting and stuff like that goes. And so I know with his help, we're gonna put a really good product together.
Oh yeah, I've got some of his work because I've got the Mike Wernigo's Telos tribute book.
Nice.
Because I also have Mike's entire run of Telos as well. But yeah.
Yeah, super cool guy though. I said great letter and super helpful. And then my brother, he's basically my editor, has been since my novel. I bounce all my ideas off him, let him tell me if my story is going off pace or if something needs to be added. So he's always been kind of my backbone to my storytelling.
That's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's come back to here. There we go. So did you read comics growing up, or were you just, too busy playing baseball and football and stuff? Or
oh no, I was kind of, actually one of my teachers called me a Renaissance man, and I think in high school because I was kind of a mixture of geek and I won't say jock. I played sports, but it was my cousin Steven. He got me into comics probably grade school age. I remember he lived in Houston. I lived in San Antonio, and we go up there and see him. As always, he's one of my favorite people in the world. Going to go see him, and he had this huge collection of comics, and he had a couple extra issues of Spider-Man, and X-Men, and stuff. He was like, "Here, take them," and it basically became the holy grail to me. Read on like crazy. Started having my parents bringing me comics whenever they went out for this town. We went to the comic book store. Grew up loving X-Men, Spider-Man. Basically Marvel. I love Marvel. Never, I guess just because of him, I never really ventured into DC much till I got older. And then obviously, I have my love for Batman, and now venturing out into things like Image and Scout like that too. So always loved comics. Hasn't been something I've always been consistent with and staying up with, but I definitely have my little collection and have been pretty heavy into it recently and collecting again.
Well, in the digital age where you can get a 30-day trial to just about any service, like Comixology, Marvel Unlimited, DCU with all their books on there, you can
Oh yeah, definitely. And I travel. Basically my work for the military is travel, and so I always have a lot of time to sit there and read on these long flights and stuff. So it's been fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've got a huge collection, but because I fell ill back in 2016, ended up in a coma,
Oh,
and
man. I'm glad to see you're doing well now.
oh yeah, got a motorized wheelchair out of it and everything.
Wow, man.
Yeah, it took me like almost 2 years in the hospital just to get limited mobility back, but
Sorry to hear that.
hey, it all worked out.
Yeah.
I would have been out of a job and homeless in the age of COVID. So,
Oh God, yeah. Man, it's crazy times we're in right now.
oh yeah, definitely. But a good buddy of mine that I worked with at the club took most of my daughter's toys, which she wouldn't give two craps about now because she's becoming a teenager now. But
Yeah.
But all my toys, and I care about my toys. And all my comics, and books and novels and everything else. He's got them all in storage at his house. So I'm trying to, get something together. But every other day, either my state or his state says, "Ooh, you can't travel there," or "You can't travel here." So I'm like, every time we make plans to get my stuff back to my new place, it always goes.
Yeah, so he's kind of crossing our fingers at this point and hoping for some normalcy in the near future. And
Yeah,
doesn't seem like there's any light in the tunnel at this point, but all we can do is hope.
Yep. Hope and read comics.
Oh yeah. I stay busy.
So we got 26 days left on this.
Yep.
And once the campaign wraps, everything's done. So you're just gonna go right to print.
Yep.
And fulfillment.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, I wanted to make sure, being this be my first book, there are no issues with fulfilling these orders. It was really important to me to make sure that the book was done. It was expensive, but I think it's be worth it at the end to kind of just build up that repertoire with my readers.
Yeah.
I just want to get the book, kind of build some trust, and just move on to the next one as soon as possible. So like I said, I'm excited about where this book is going, and just want to keep plugging away.
And you're still in the military now?
Yep. Yeah, I've been in the Air Force for 13 years. I'll be 14 in this upcoming February. I'm currently stationed at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland. Live in Alexandria, Virginia. It's been fantastic ride. I've been stationed in Louisiana, back home where I'm from, to San Antonio. Lived in Belgium for 4 years, and now I'm here in Virginia, and it's been a great ride. Lets me support my family and my girls and my fiance. So it's been a good ride, and I'm excited to finish out my 20 and retire here in the next 6 years or so. So
going the full 20, huh?
Oh yeah. At this point, I'm kind of on the downward.
Might as well.
Yeah. I crossed that slope and I'm heading down. So
in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, I say it's been good to me though, so I can't complain.
Yeah, buddy of mine just finished his out of the Navy in Pearl, and
oh, cool.
He retired. He got he picked up a civilian job for the Coast Guard.
Nice.
So I go, so Chief, you're just not, you're really just transferring. You're not actually leaving a job. He's like, well, yeah, I don't have to go on maneuvers or anything. And I don't have to keep my weight at a certain thing. I just have to sit behind a desk, look out over Pearl, and
Yeah, that's not a bad deal. I'm with my current job. I've been able to stay at Pearl down there, and it's a beautiful place to be at. So very cool.
oh yeah,
But yeah,
paradise.
speaking of the Navy, I actually got to, I guess, a year and a half now. I got to land on an aircraft carrier and take off of one. And that was just like an experience I never thought I would have, never wanted to have either. But I got to do it, and it's definitely pretty cool to have been able to do it. Just to be able to land on that thing and stop, and then shoot off. It's a pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah, you're like, please let me catch that cable. Let me catch that cable.
I think I was more worried about our takeoff. So I was like, we're gonna take off and just like fall in the water.
Oh yeah. It's like I didn't want to land or take off on an aircraft carrier. Kind of the same way I didn't want to do a halo jump.
Yeah, no thank you.
They're like, because my uncle, who's still living in his younger days, served in the Air Force when he first met my aunt.
Right.
He did like 10 years.
Very cool.
My whole family but me, because medical problems were all in the service. I still have family in the service now, and
I gotta say, like, it wasn't big in my family. I never thought I was gonna join the military. My dad suggested out of high school. I'm like, nah, not for me. I had a buddy who wanted to go, I think, into the Air Force, and I was like, oh, you're gonna go in there. It's right after 9/11. I was like, you're gonna die. I was like, it's not worth it. And he never joined, and I did. So, and just life is a funny way, just kind of turn around on us sometimes. It doesn't always work the way you think it's going to.
Yeah, it all works out in the end, hopefully.
Yeah, it has, and I said no complaints. It's been up and downs in the military. I think like it is with everything in life, but I said I've met some great people. It's given me an opportunity to succeed and kind of grow, and I wouldn't be who I am without the military.
Oh yeah, give you a chance to get around the globe a little bit and see some different places. And
yeah, I've been to every continent but Antarctica and Africa, basically. So it's been pretty cool.
Well, nobody really wants to go and get stationed in Antarctica.
No, not at all. So,
I think Boston winters are bad enough.
I'm from Texas, so anything below freezing is winter to me, and I don't like it.
Definitely. So, planning wise, what are you looking for doing for issues on this?
I honestly don't have a set number in mind. I'm thinking 5 is a good number. It just depends where the story takes us. Like I said, I just have a lot in my head. I have a lot outlined and put down on paper, but not actually issued out yet. So it's going to go as long as it needs to finish the story. But I'm thinking 4 or 5 issues will probably be sufficient to tell an L story.
And you think it'll be something that you might revisit in the future, like a continuation?
I've thought about it. There's a lot of authors, especially in fantasy, that build upon their world, maybe past or present. Kind of stay in that world though, and build off what they've built. So I'd like to explore that. I think it has a lot of potential with where it is now. I have a couple kingdoms already introduced in this one. We're going to learn a lot more about the second kingdom in the second book. But there's a lot of world building that's going to happen in it, and I think it'd be really neat to kind of explore more of it. So hoping to keep building on it.
Yeah, definitely, because that'll it'll open up. Well, world building will open up the entire world.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And you might have like a slight crossover somewhere down the line of characters that you've introduced.
Yeah, exactly.
In the past, like
is that something like I said? Joe Abercrombie is one of my favorite authors. Super, super gritty and brutal fantasy, and he has a lot of interconnecting character storyline and stuff in between different books, different storylines. And so I've always thought that was something really cool to do. And especially as a reader, you come like, oh man, like, well, this guy's in it now, and I know him, so it's cool to kind of see your favorite characters again in a different setting.
Yeah, you see characters that people will be like, oh yeah, that's from his first book.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So, yeah, I definitely have plans to keep building on it. So I just get this first book out there and then go from there. So
sounds like a definite plan of action.
Yep. Yeah, I said I just want to be able to keep sustaining this, and I love writing. I love creating stories. So I'd love to do more full length novels in the future too, but it'll probably have to wait till after I'm done with the Air Force and I'm kind of more just settled down in place. But until then, it's I came into this thinking comics wasn't going to be as time consuming, but I fooled myself into even thinking that. So I probably spent I would say a lot more time, but a lot of time doing this too, as compared to my novel. And so it was eye opening in that, but I've really enjoyed it, and I hope to keep growing and getting better at it.
Most definitely. I like the way it's set up, and that you've made connections in the small amount of time that you've been in the comic world, and it's got to have made like a huge impact on you.
Oh, it has. If I hadn't reached out to these people, my Kickstarter would not be anywhere near successful where it's at right now. I wouldn't have had any idea what to put together, how to put it together. I wouldn't have had the digital offerings from Travis that he's given me. And it's just, like I said, the community is extremely helpful toward one another. Extremely tight knit. They back each other's projects, promote each other's projects. So it's a super cool community. Nobody is competing with each other, and everybody just wants each other to succeed. I'm sure there's a few bad apples here and there, but everybody I've met has just been fantastic, and I hope to keep meeting new people like you. So
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Outright Geekery has always been big on indie creators, and trying to give guys like you just breaking into the business a voice, or people like Travis that have been doing this for years, just to bring them in front of new crowds, or to reintroduce people to their work.
Yeah, and having these resources and these groups on Facebook like this, or like I said, the same thing. I wouldn't be anywhere without them. I wouldn't have met these people without groups like that. And it's just, so they're instrumental in helping indie creators kind of break in and learn from each other and help each other out. So I'm extremely appreciative to people like you and other people that run these groups.
Well, we appreciate that. And let's take a look at this one more time.
Sounds good.
It's your first Kickstarter, but you've backed 24 others.
I have. I myself love indie comics, and I've learned a lot too from reading other people's stuff and seeing what they do, seeing how they put their books together. So it's been a learning experience. Plus, I get to support other creators. So I think it's a kind of a win-win in that book.
Oh, definitely. Now, what are you reading now?
Oh, I have my pull box right now, all the current X-Men stuff. So I'm a sucker for Marvel, even if it isn't as good as it used to be. I'm reading Undiscovered Country by Image, and I think Zack Snyder is the that's a good one. I'm reading Mercy. I forget, or not Mercy. Is it Mercy? I'm reading a lot, but those are the main ones. X-Men, Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy. The current Batman run has been fantastic with the Joker War going on.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of dabbling in everything.
That's what was in my box.
Oh yeah.
and then I got all the stuff going on with DC basically firing everybody.
Yeah, yeah, comic industry has been kind of all over the place since COVID happened. So
Yeah, but this is something. This is something. I think this is something different. Uh, they they named the event where they dropped the hatchet on everybody on Monday.
yeah,
They started social media started calling that Bloody Monday because they
yeah,
axed so many people. And I'm like, Jim Lee's no longer publisher, but he's still with the company.
yeah.
But,
Definitely be interesting to see where they go from here.
and I'm like, they fired like most of their editorial staff. They fired their editor in chief. How do you run a publication company without an editor in chief?
I don't know. Yeah, I say it's
AT&T doesn't know either. That's the problem. They bought a company and have no idea how to run an entertainment company.
it's an interesting time we live in right now. So
Oh yeah. And then I got mad because I just got like 3 or 4 issues to catch up on my Aquaman rating, and they announced that they're axing Aquaman.
yeah, that's always the worst.
So they're going to be knocking down a whole bunch of books.
Yeah.
Except for Batman titles. I'm like, look, we only need 2 Batman titles.
Yeah, yeah. We don't need a lot of them. Just the main one. And
Yeah. Well, same with the X stuff. It's like we really only need 2 X-Men books.
Yeah, I mean the X-Men's been great since House of X and Powers of X, and kind of for that. But yeah, there's so many books with that one. You have X-Men, Fantastic Four now, New Mutants. This is all over the place.
Yeah, Marauders.
Yeah, X-Force.
And now the big thing. Yeah, and now the big thing. I guess this week is whether or not they're gonna kill off Kitty Pryde or somehow resurrect her.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, don't kill Kitty.
I
I give you a list of characters to kill in the X universe. That's not one of them.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like they have the whole resurrection thing going right now, and it really reminds me of Dragon Ball. It's like there's no consequence to death right now. It's like, it sucks they die, but we'll bring you back.
Yeah, put another quarter in. It's a video game.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I just wanted to go over the stretch goals and all the tiers. So you're at 1,288 right now. So as soon as you hit 1,500, you're going to open up stretch goal 3.
Yep. And so
you'll get the Pitts magnet.
Yep. So you already got your air freshener.
Yeah, the one that cracks me up.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be fantastic. I promise you.
The pits will not stink this day. And you get the mini poster unlocked too.
Yeah, like I said, all the physical tiers automatically come with the holographic sticker with Elroth on it too. So I'm kind of trying to get as many goodies put in together as possible.
That's cool. Got a little 90s goodness going on.
Oh yeah, definitely. I said pushing out digital stuff from Travis, and working on a couple other things from different creators as well. Kind of trying to promote more people. So hopefully get that up here pretty soon.
Yeah, it's great when you can cross promote.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you basically, you're teaming up with other creators. Well, you're each, pushing your own product, but also, getting each other's names out there too.
Exactly.
And another look at the art.
So Rayleigh just did a fantastic job in the art in the whole book, and I'm really really excited about it. Just I couldn't imagine anybody else doing this book. He killed it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you have a very skilled letterer, so
Yeah, and Jerome's fantastic too. So like fantastic team, and I think people are going to enjoy the book. So hope to get the hands of as many readers as possible at this point. And
oh yeah, it looks great.
thank you.
These pages that I've seen.
I think these top two scene or panels are some of my favorite panels in the whole book. They're just so brutal and ruthless. So
Just the anger on his face.
yeah, just fantastic. Ray really captured his persona in this image right here.
The book looks great. Anybody that likes anything this style can definitely get into this, like,
Yeah, I think so too.
in a heartbeat.
So I read a lot of fantasy, pull a lot of inspiration from different authors, and put my own spin on things. And so I think it turned out really well. I hope other people think so as well. I guess only time will tell at this point. But I'm really proud of what we put together and excited for more.
Most definitely. Oh, look, he has a happy face.
That's because I told you he loves her, and like you kind of seeing the scene. She's talking back to him, and he just loves the fire about her. And so she's kind of the daughter he never had.
And this daughter wants to kill him. So.
Yeah, and he's that's his persona. He wouldn't have it another way. So.
In the first cover, and you said you're going to debut another cover in like another day or so?
Yes, sir. Yeah, on Monday it'll be a week since we launched, so I figured it's a good time to kind of announce our next plan in the Kickstarter. So I said it's another cover by Rayleigh. His brother actually colored this one, so it's a little different style of coloring. And it came absolutely beautiful though, and I'm excited to show it off to everybody.
Well, I'll be looking forward to checking that out.
I think Matt did a cool job on this one too. Obviously they're a totally different style than what Rayleigh did, but it kind of just captures the animosity between the two. So he did a good job of it.
Then again, the tiers,
Yep.
you get the regular book PDF for $4, a deluxe PDF for $6, or for $8 you can get the deluxe PDF and Brian's novel.
Yep, Manifestation of Light. Great read. I promise you'll love it.
And this is a physical copy of the book, the sticker, and
visual copy of the book as well.
So you get you
Yep,
get the digital book. You'll get a PDF of the book plus a PDF of the novel plus physical copy and the holographic sticker.
Yep, correct. Pretty much it's everything that was in the tiers above it, just plus the physical book and a sticker.
And on the $10 up, you get a second cover.
Yep.
And then you get a third cover. So when you announce the fourth cover, right, you're going to put in an additional tier for that, right?
Yeah, I will add another tier for that, where that includes all the covers. But I'm also going to have a Rayleigh pack. Well, I'm probably going to offer the cover as a standalone as well in its own tier. Then I'm going to have a Rayleigh pack for if you want both the covers from the main artist, and they'll be combined together as well. So if you just want both of those covers, to grab them.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
There's a better shot of
yeah. I've always loved that cover. They say he did a great job on it, and he does a lot of fantasy. His name escapes me on the top of my head at the moment, but unless it's been a few years. But he does a lot of fantasy work, and he just did a fantastic job on it. I love it. So that's our main character with his child and running away to save them both. The kind of the dome light city in the background.
Yeah, some great colors just
Yeah.
in the dome city itself.
Yeah, he did a great job with it.
That's awesome. We want to encourage you to click on the Kickstarter link in the chat and head over and find a tier that's right for you, and please support this really cool. Now the words are escaping me. It's not sword and sorcery, but
let's call it gladiator, action-packed gladiator fantasy.
There you go, and that's why you're the writer.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been an honor. It's been a lot of fun talking to you, and I know people are gonna love the book. I think we have tiers that kind of fit everybody's budget.
Oh yeah,
and, yeah.
Everything there is priced to move.
Yeah, so I hope people just come and check it out. I just want to get the books in people's hands, and that's all I want. So.
Yeah, definitely come and get your hands on some sword play here, and
get some blood on your hands.
help Brian break full force into indie comics.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, head over to the Kickstarter and tab it if you don't have it on you right now. They're not going to charge you for 30 days. Just about, so because it ends in 26 days, so they're not going to charge it the next month. So you can back it now and pay later.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank Ryan for being our guest tonight on Creators Outlet, and we look forward to seeing many more comics from you in the future.
Oh, trust me, they're coming. I appreciate it. Like I said, people like you have made this journey even more enjoyable. So I look forward to getting to know you even better and more people around the community.
Excellent. Thanks once again for coming on, and we wish you all the best of luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.